Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to your Fast Track to 7 a.m. My name is Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson.
5 people hurt after a crash in Polk County yesterday.
Minnesota State Patrol says just after 6 p.m. a vehicle carrying 7 people was going westbound on Highway 2 when it lost control and went into the ditch. They say while going into the ditch, that vehicle hit a road marker sign.
Of the 5 people injured, 3 were children, all of whom suffering non-life-threatening injuries and are being treated at All True Hospital in Grand Forks. State Patrol says alcohol or drugs were not a factor or involved in this crash.
We're continuing our coverage this morning at National Police Week, where nearly 300 fallen officers who died in the line of duty had their names newly engraved on the National Law Enforcement Memorial. That includes Fargo officer Jake Wallin, who was killed in the July 14th ambush shooting.
Just last night, a candlelit vigil was held to honor them for their service and sacrifice. Valley News Team's Anna Ballweber takes us to that emotional scene.
A total of 282 officers who died in the line of duty will be added to the National Law Enforcement Memorial. 282 of our country's moms, dads, brothers and sisters making the ultimate sacrifice. And on May 13th, they were all remembered during a candlelight vigil.
On behalf of, I might argue, every citizen of this country who I hope would pause tonight with us to help us remember and honor the men and women whose names we will read.
And among these men and women included 3 officers from North Dakota. Officer Jake Wallin, a Fargo police officer who was shot and killed during an ambush on July 14th. Deputy Paul Martin, a Mercer County sheriff who was struck and killed while in pursuit of a stolen vehicle on December 6th. And Burleigh County Sheriff Charles McCarthy, who drowned after falling through the ice back in 1874.
Kind of a bittersweet moment in a sense because there's we're here to honor Jake's sacrifice, grieve and loss, and kind of transition with the department and the family. But also, there's a very big sense of pride in terms of his commitment, his sacrifice, and what that meant to our city.
Fargo PD and 30,000 more people from across the country gathered at the vigil to show support for their service and to remember their strength in numbers.
We've had a lot of comments from people as we walked in other departments, and they're just really impressed with the amount of officers and personnel that we're able to send to represent Fargo. So I think that's really important.
With all of the new additions, there's going to be 24,067 officer names on the wall.
And the North Dakota officers' names were just engraved back in April of this year.
In Washington, D.C., Anna Ballweber, Valley News Live.
For the full list of who will be added to the memorial, you can click on the Roll Call of Heroes list. That's what it is called. Attached to this story, just head on over to valleynewslive.com.
And this is all part of Valley News Live's special coverage of National Police Week. You can watch for coverage from our team in Washington, D.C. all this week, including a live look with Tatum Miller at the Capitol in just a few minutes. A man accused of a tire slashing spree in Grand Forks has now pleaded guilty to criminal mischief. Matthew Morris is accused of slashing more than 80 tires on 50 vehicles back in October, causing more than $17,000 worth of damage. He's set to be back in court on June 11th.
We now know a pilot suffered just minor injuries after a plane crash in Ransom County yesterday morning. Take a look at this. Highway Patrol says the private plane took off from the Enderlin Airport for an exhibition flight around 10 a.m. but had engine trouble. A 12 and 13-year-old who were also in the plane were not hurt. Authorities say all 3 were wearing their seatbelts. 6:53 here on our Fast Track to the top of the hour. We are getting ready to send things right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green. It looks beautiful out right now, but I think we're in for some changes. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, rain showers coming our way. We saw on that view on our sky cam there just a little haze still from the smoke that we've had in the valley. We've had some good changes in our air quality at the surface, but we're still seeing smoke aloft, and some of that surface smoke may come back with the approaching system, drawing that smoke back in today. So here's a look at what we've got going on. Low concentrations of smoke right now. You can see blue colors. That's where we're looking at low concentration, but still some out there, especially in central and western North Dakota. This may just lift back in for the afternoon. You see we're starting to get into more of that green category as we're working our way into the afternoon and evening. That's that south wind kind of drawing the smoke back into the valley. So it may get a little hazier in advance of some showers that move in. You may notice air quality It goes down slightly. And then moving into tonight, still lingering, and we see some improvement into tomorrow, but you can see even into Wednesday, in the region at least, there's still some lingering smoke, so something to watch for. Looking at our air quality right now, good news, we're in the good category. We're now at 41 in Fargo, so that puts us back into the green right now. You can see that haze in the sky with that sun shining. A 47-degree temperature in Fargo. Grand Forks is at 42. Looking at 44 in Bemidji. Devil's Lake at 50. But this is an area that's experiencing a few drops of rain, some cloud cover there too, with this line of showers that's trying to advance eastward today. You can see it's up along the international border, back down that Highway 281 corridor. Last to see the rain will be our viewers in Lakes Country in Minnesota, and that may not be till later tonight, so it's going to take its time. So for those of us ahead of that round of rain, like Fargo, for example, out at the bus stop, a quiet morning here this morning, and even into the afternoon, just some increase in clouds. This is 3 p.m. Kids heading home will be enjoying some warmer temperatures back into the 70s this afternoon. Now, again, that's not the case everywhere, so you'll want to check the VNL weather app for the latest and the forecast for where you are. But in general, that rain will be slow to move in. Eventually, so we'll see it heading into tonight, and then more chances throughout the rest of the week. Wednesday could be a more active day in some of our eastern counties. And Thursday and Friday, warming things up after cooling back on Wednesday. Friday, in fact, may be getting into the upper 70s here, but toward the evening hours, we could see some thunderstorms that move through on Friday. So something to watch for as we round out the week and head into the weekend that could also feature a little bit of rain. So getting more active. It's not going to rain the entire time in the forecast, but the potential's there as we're working our way through the week.
Rain, smoke, at least we're staying warm, I guess.
Yeah, you know, even some of our coolest temperatures in the next 11 days are still in the 60s.
Yeah, not bad. Thank you, Lisa.
Well, the Red Lobster in Grand Forks now among 80 locations across 27 states that abruptly closed across the nation, at least temporarily.
Red Lobster is reportedly considering filing for bankruptcy protection and took a big hit on its all-you-can-eat shrimp deal last summer. And it's a combo you did not know you needed: Eggo waffles and sneakers.
And Alex feels very passionately about this.
I love Eggo waffles. So good. For the next 3 Fridays, starting this week, fans can try to get their hands on a pair of Eggo fully loaded kicks created in collaboration with sneakerhead and influencer Dominic the Surgeon Chambrony.
The shoes will be available on the Urban Necessities website for $150. The kicks come in the classic waffle color with the pink accents or the brown to match the release of Eggo's new fully loaded waffles in Strawberry Delight and chocolate chip flavors.
We'll be rocking those next week.
Yeah.
Well, continuing our coverage at National Police Week in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we kicked off the week with a 5K, K9 Memorial Police Unity Tour, Top Cop Awards, and just last night covering the Candlelit Vigil. So this morning, we are checking in with the Valley Today's Tatum Miller, who is live at the Capitol this morning, giving us a glimpse into today's events. Good morning, Tatum.
Good morning, guys. 7:57 here in the Capitol, Washington, D.C. It's kind of a brisk morning, but we're live outside the Capitol building right now where the National Honor Guard Pipe Band competition is set to begin in just an hour. Right over my left at the reflecting pool. Now, this competition pays tribute to fallen officers who we've been honoring all week, but at the end of the day, it's also just a little fun and games for all the service bands to get involved in. Reporter Anna Ballweber and I had the chance to meet a few of these pipe bands on Sunday at the Police Unity Tour, and let me tell you, you are in for a treat. There are 3 parts to the competition. The first one is team inspection. The second part is color guard posting of the colors, and the third part is the exhibition. We'll also hear from Mayor Mahoney today as he'll be at the competition, and we will post that on valleynewslive.com within the next few hours. Live from Capitol Hill, Tatum Miller for Valley News Live. Back to you at the studio.
All right. Thank you, Tatum, for that live check-in this morning.
Yeah, wow, great work this week. We'll continue our National Police Week coverage throughout the day, so keep checking back in with Valley News Live for any and all updates. Well, it was a project years in the making, nearly ready to open to the public. A ribbon cutting now scheduled for the end of the month, May 30th, at Moorhead's Inclusive Playground at Southside Regional Park. The event is happening at 1:30 p.m. on the 30th.
Organizers say they're hoping to get as many children and families involved as possible. The park is covered with play decks, swings, and sensory play equipment with ramps, wheelchair access, and safety fencing.
Today, as we round out our newscast, is International Chihuahua Appreciation Day.
It's a holiday celebrated on May 14th to honor the smallest but mighty dog breed in the world. You can celebrate the day by spending quality time with your own Chihuahua, supporting organizations that help dogs, or even curling up on the couch to hear George Lopez voice that Chihuahua in Beverly Hills, Chihuahua.
Hi, Chihuahua. Okay, I love this actually. Say hello to our little furry friends this morning, everybody. Well, the Today Show on CBS Morning is just about to start, but in the meantime, soak in this beautiful sunrise. As we know, change is on the way. Thanks again to Lisa Green for updates this morning, and continue with us as we have a team live in DC all week for National Police Week. Thanks again for tuning in this morning.
Take care.